Yeah, what's good? This your boy Rocdastar, and this is the Great Discussion, Part 95. Now, we're gonna get into a few things right now. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I've been busy doing a whole lot of shit. But what we gonna talk about right now is music, record sales, and me being a diehard hip hop fan and the certain turmoils and certain things that happens, and to explain why certain artists don't sell records or are unable to sell records. See, when HMV closed in Harlem, it made it difficult for me to keep up with what albums was coming out. You know what I'm saying? Because otherwise I would have to hop on a train and go all the way downtown to 42nd Street to go buy albums. You feel me? Meaning I would have to make a day out of it to just go out to 42nd Street downtown or wherever there was a known music shop at to go buy CDs and go buy albums of the favorite artists that I like to listen to. But with HMV, when HMV was on 125th Street, I can walk there. So if I heard a song or if I heard about an album coming out, I could just run or take a bike real quick and run up there and go buy the CD and then just come back in my crib and light up a blunt and chill. But when HMV closed, that made it difficult for people in Harlem to go buy albums and buy their favorite songs by artists that they like. So this is what's gonna happen right here. I'm gonna show something. Yes, the Warriors mixtape I got with Brucey B. You know, I used to always buy mixtapes. It's an instrumental CD that I recorded or whatever. Don't worry about that. The Machiavelli 5, I had that too. I bought. Street Related, I bought that too. You know what I'm saying? I think I got the wrong stack. Anyway. Well, anyway. You feeling where I'm coming from? But, yeah, that's my shit. Yeah, I got the wrong stack and all this, that, and the third, but where the fuck is my CDs at? Come on. Oh, I must have put them away or something like that. Because, I don't know. But, anyway, I didn't check. I thought these was the CDs that I had. Or whatever have you. When they weren't. But anyway, let me get back to what it is that I do. You feel where I'm coming from? Anyway, let me move along. I'm not gonna waste no more time. Excuse my eyes be watering. Anyway, back to what I was gonna say. There was certain artists that I favored, but I was always being distracted from really paying attention to their albums. Meaning that they had songs on the radio and I would hear songs in the club that I liked and all of this, that, and the third, but I never got around to going to the store to go buy the albums. I don't want to mention some of their names because they might take offense to that, and you know, I got a lot of great deal of respect for those artists. Not that, you know what I'm saying, is a punk thing or whatever, but music is about relation. When you say something, if a person relates to what you're saying, then if it applies to their life and they relate to the struggle that you're mentioning, they'll cater to that song because it applies to their life and it's exactly how they feel. You feeling where I'm coming from? And some people, they don't understand that. But then you got some people you know, they like to listen to music in a competitive, with a competitive mentality. Who's better? And you know, when some artists they're not competing with anybody. They're focused on expressing how they feel. They want how they feel to be respected. You feel what I'm coming from? It's not about talent. It's not about how good they are. They got something to say, and they want people to pay attention to how they feel. They want to be heard. You feel where I'm coming from? They want their pain to be heard. They want their anger to be heard. You getting where I'm coming from? And, you know, then you got some artists whereas they talented, but the truth is that they only playing around with it, and they not even really serious. It was just something to do. You feel where I'm coming from? Where they was just playing around. They wasn't even serious with the art. You know what I'm saying? And as smart as they are, is blinded. You can't see that they playing around because they're that talented and they're smart. By default, they're smart academically, so you see their talent, and you will think that they're very serious with the art when they're not. That be me. You get where I'm coming from? But if you ask certain artists, you would think they're under the impression that I'm serious. And yes, nowadays I am serious. Over a course of time, I became serious with the art. But needless to say, you feel where I'm coming from? Like I'll give an example. Lady of Rage is one of my favorite female rappers on the West Coast. I love Yo-Yo, but if I had to choose between Yo-Yo and Lady of Rage is the epitome when it comes to female rappers on the West Coast. You feel where I'm coming from? When it comes to pioneering female rapping, is Lady of Rage, hands down. But I didn't know that she had an album out. I bought Lady of Rage album in 2014, 2015. And I was baffled because I was surprised because I didn't know that she was real talented like that. And the more because see, I'm older now and my life has developed into a certain way of form. So hearing her is like, whoa, it's like, oh shit. But I finally got a chance to buy her album. And it's a lot of other artists who albums I didn't get a chance to buy because I've been sideswiped. Like, I'll give an example. Busta Rhymes. He was like pushed in the dark with his albums. You feeling where I'm coming from? Whereas I bought When Disaster Strikes. You feel me? But that ain't his first album. And when his first album came out, I was completely unaware of it because I was focused on Big L. I'm from Harlem, so. But I did not know that he had any albums out. As far as I was concerned, he was with Leaders of the New School. I didn't know what was going on with that group. So these are my examples of what I'm trying to say. And they know I'm a hip-hop fanatic. So if I like your music and I know who you are, and I'm completely unaware of the album, then that means that you've been sideswiped and you've been thrown in the dark. You've been clouded by another rapper that caught my attention. I'm getting where I'm coming from. Like, for instance, with Big. Big wasn't really so much thrown in the cloud, but in such a way because Nas, he was a very, very influential and phenomenal artist to me. And he had my complete attention when he first came out. You feeling where I'm coming from? You want to know who? It was Jay that sideswiped and clouded Nas, but I was such of a diehard fan of Nas, whereas he wasn't clouded to me, but you could tell that he was getting clouded because, I mean, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know really what it is with Jigga and how he was able to do that. You know what? I do know. What it is this, that Jigga knew to make a lot of club music. And he had the clubs on smash. Nas wasn't doing that. Nas was focused really on putting out his purpose of Queens and how things was going on in Queens, and he had a lot of documentaries to fulfill and on his behalf based on legends that he knew about in his hood that he felt that the world should have heard. And he was, talking about crime on a certain level. So for me to say that I didn't learn from Nas, I'd be lying. So for me to say that I wasn't a fan of Nas, I'd be lying. But at the same time, respect is respect. Here it is, I'm buying albums, and then, you got your cousin over here being disrespectful, and he's a clown, and he's a goofball, and he's doing things that make me want to put a bullet in him. So you put the rest together. But I'm going to get out of here. Rocdastar 1. Peace.